Hi, I'm Mike Griffin. I've been a long-standing member of Donaldson Run. My family and I have been members for probably 7 years now. The pool, and I got involved in the board because my family uses the pool every day during the summer. Literally every day that we're not out of town, we're at the pool. And this year I'm serving as the association's president. In conjunction with that, the last couple of years I've chaired the committee, the Long Range Facilities Planning Committee, that's been looking at our facilities needs and solutions to address those needs, because we have several.
Hi, I'm Laurel Vogelsang. I'm on the Donaldson Run Recreation Association Pool Board, where I'm proud to have served for going on 4 years. Over the past few years, we've been looking long range and what the needs of the pool are.
As members of Donaldson Run Pool, we are very fortunate. Back in the mid-1950s, a group of families in the neighborhood got together and decided to form an association to develop a recreation facility, a pool facility, in North Arlington.
We've had the joy of having this pool and the surrounding facilities in our neighborhood for over 50 years. And over that time, we haven't really upgraded some of the facilities that have been with us for that long.
Under President Rose Kehoe, she appointed a committee to start looking at these facilities because at the time we recognized that the bathhouse does need work. It needs repairs, it needs upgrading. And so we thought we would look at the process, our facilities as a whole, rather than just focus on functional repairs. Let's take a look at really what Donaldson Run needs to take it into the future. And we've retained an architect, we've worked with an engineer, explored a bunch of different options with respect to the bathhouse, whether to tear it down and rebuild a space, whether to renovate the existing space. And we really looked at a number of different options. And we decided that, to use our members' resources most efficiently, not to spend too much money, not to alter the site too much, we would retain the existing facility. We've identified a series of projects that we intend to accomplish, or propose to at least accomplish, in 2 phases. The first one is with respect to the pool itself. The pool itself is in very good shape, physical condition, but it was designed 50-odd years ago. The modern building codes and the modern standards for swimming pool call for a diving well that's both deeper and longer. People diving off the high dive and even the low dives will come close to the bottom of the pool. And so it hasn't presented an injury situation, but we want to make sure that the pool is safe. We want to make sure that our diving program can sustain itself into the future.
I think the sequencing of the renovations that we're implementing are critical. Safety always comes first. There's no question. It's not a matter of necessarily just compliance with code. It's important to ensure the safety of our some 600 family members.
The other aspect with respect to the pool is the Americans with Disabilities Act. There's a new set of standards for accessibility with respect to swimming pools and other facilities that come into effect in March of 2012. That will obligate pools such as ours to have 2 accessible means of entry into and out of the pool. And we currently have a small stairway in the corner in the shallow end. It's a very congested area of the pool. We propose to add accessible stairs that will allow that area to become much more functional and accessible to all our patrons, old and young alike. Phase 2 is a series of improvements designed to renovate the bathhouse, which, as everyone who uses it knows, is in need of some care. The obvious things are in the locker rooms themselves, where the tiles are worn, the utilities, the plumbing, works mostly, but doesn't always. There's just a need to upgrade all the facilities in the locker rooms to make those spaces more comfortable, cleaner, more inviting space for families.
We're not looking to create a super fancy bathhouse. We know we're not a country club, but at the same time, there are some structural issues that need maintenance and renovation. We
haven't been able to track down the building records, but we think the roof is original, so it makes it about 50 years old. The composition of the roof, it's a fiberglass, translucent fiberglass surface. It leaks, it cracks, it's very difficult to repair. We're not sure we really can repair it anymore, and it just doesn't look good anymore. And I should also mention it doesn't fully meet building code standards that would be applied today, and for things like wind load and snow loads, it's not going to last forever, and it's time to, we think, make improvements. And that would include a new roof and support posts and supporting utilities and electric and plumbing, but to bring it into a condition where it will last for another 50 years. Part of our proposal for the bathhouse is to install a family accessible bathroom with a shower facility and a changing area that we will install within the boundaries of the bathhouse, and we're thinking of using the overhang space down by the baby pool for that. The wading pool, as it currently is configured, requires a step down and does not conform with current best practices for kiddie pools and wading pools, which have a zero depth entry, kind of a slope into the water that allows young children or people with disabilities to enter the pool without having to step down without a railing. Modern design in wading pools, it's common to have zero depth entry wading areas with water play features, fountains and the like. We think, based on our research, that we can install that kind of a wading pool facility at a relatively modest cost. At the other end is our snack bar, which everyone patronizes, nobody really loves. It's a small space. It's all the facilities of the snack bar really are past their prime. So what we plan on doing is maintaining the snack bar in roughly its existing position and configuration, but we will create a new seating area outside on the grass in the area overlooking the pool, where we have some flat level space, and create a much more inviting, much more functional, much more usable space for patrons of the snack bar. Accessibility at Donaldson Run is a tough issue for us. We have a beautiful site, but it's a hilly site. What we've come to understand is, under the Virginia Building Code, if we do kind of a material renovation of our bathhouse, that we will be required to improve our accessibility for people with disabilities, both in the entrance, the way from the parking lot to the bathhouse level, as well as from the bathhouse level to the pool deck, which currently is accessible only through the stairway. So we have proposed two phases or two areas of accessibility improvements. One will be a more gentle pathway from the parking lot level to the bathhouse. And there's a couple of areas on the pool grounds where we can do that. Install a more sloping, gently sloping path that may require some switchbacks to give us enough distance to cover the vertical distance. And the upside of that is that it'll both allow us to serve our guests and members who have disabilities. It'll also help families and young children, moms with strollers, kids who have difficulty navigating that hill. We certainly understand at the board that there's a huge concern, or at least a huge interest among the membership, about how much is this going to cost and how are we going to pay for it. So the board has been very prudent in the last few years, in my view, in budgeting every year to build up some reserve capacity. We've been prudent in our expenditures to try to generate reserves at the end of the season. And we've been successful in building up a reserve fund, and we're optimistic that our Phase 1 project, we can budget that within the dollar value of the reserve fund and pay for that Phase 1 project without having to go back to the membership for additional revenues to pay. The Phase 2 projects, we will see, we have not come up with final estimates. So I can't tell you what those facilities are going to cost yet, because we don't know for sure. But you can be assured that the board has some very vocal members who insist that we look after the purse strings, and not be extravagant in our planning. We've taken that to heart. We'll be working on the financing plan this summer, and we'll have details for the membership in the fall.
Frequent user, infrequent user, we all benefit from having this facility in our neighborhood. I'll tell you, I've lived in the neighborhood for 12 years, and I didn't realize at the time what a huge resource this would be for my family, for me personally.
To look very seriously at the plan that the board is proposing. We encourage input. We encourage questions. We encourage even dissent if we propose something that you don't think is appropriate, or we're not approaching it the right way. If we have members with particular expertise in any of the aspects of our planning process, we would more than welcome your input and your assistance.
So not only showing up at the annual meeting when it's important time to vote, but also reaching out to neighbors, to pool members when you're at the pool, and say, you know what, did you take a look at the bathhouse? What do you think? I mean, can we do some kind of incremental renovation there?
I think there is a strong recognition at our pool that our forefathers who built Donaldson Run have left us with a great gift. We have a legacy to carry on.
It's just a fantastic pool, and I'm looking forward to the future of it.